Everyone, I'm at Little Lake Cemetery in the city of Norwalk, California. Now, what I have recently learned is that apparently the city of Norwalk was actually built over a tribal community, I guess we could say. So I wanted to come over here and check things out, and some old graves. This one died in 1877. I'm not really sure what these are, but there's quite a few of them. Actually, there's 3 of them. This one has a number. That one has a number 2. Meaning, that one also has a number 3, number 4, number 7, and this one has 0. Number 2, not really sure what that's meant for, but there's a lot of them. This one has letter G. Number 7. There's quite a few of them. Not really sure what that means. Maybe they're unidentified. It's actually pretty. Family O'Leary, I want to say. There's so many of them. Look. They're literally all around the cemetery. Not really sure why there's wood over one of the tombstones. Maybe they had a funeral here, because there's one there. This is so old, you really cannot even read it. 1908, died in 1908. This one died in 1882. Died in 1881. It's really old here. Who knew? Infant son of J. and M.L. Bangle. Died in 1886. So I'm not really sure why these are covered. Pretty sure there's a plaque that's supposed to be there. Now let me see if I can find her. There is actually a girl who is buried here. She was kidnapped, murdered, and her decapitated body was actually found off the 5 freeway. I'm gonna try to find her. She was so young. It truly is heartbreaking when you see very young people who have not even had a full life to live. It is sad. Now it is a little bit breezy, so you might actually hear a lot of wind hitting my phone. So I have to find, I know it's G, just not sure where G is at. There's no markers here. I wonder if these are markers. Maybe that's what that is. Actually going to ask somebody for help, but then as I was walking, I stumbled upon her plaque. You can actually Google her and you will see articles that were written by her. So sad. how adorable she is. I'm not really sure how someone could actually kidnap anyone in general, but nevertheless a child. Now, the articles that I've read, I have to say that I do feel it was drug related. Maybe one of the parents owed somebody money. That's what I feel. But again, if you Google her, you will actually come across several articles in regards to her. I'll look at 1900s. Let's see what's going on over here. And you thought I would have learned my lesson by never wearing Crocs to the cemetery, but obviously I haven't. But it does appear things are upkept here, which is a good thing. So let's come over here to this area where they have, I guess we'll call them the tombstones. We're gonna see if we can do an EVP and see what we can get. Now, there are alleged reports that this cemetery is haunted. Not sure how true that is. But I guess we'll find out. But it is a little bit eerie here. Let's see who this is. Robert Pittman died in 1890. He was 25 years old. Now, this is going to be a plaque, but we have no idea who it belongs to. This one says, my husband, Francis Montgomery. He died in 1886. He was 33 years old. I'm not really sure why these ones are so close to one another. Look at that. Wilson. Oh, they're probably either they're buried on top of one another, they're stacked, or that could be an urn. I mean, that's why they're so close together. Now, since this is the older area, looks like there's some empty spots right here, but I kind of think there's actually people that are buried here. Understood why they're buried here and not at the Veterans Cemetery. Never got that. Daniel M. Ramirez. Let's see if I can get a close-up on his photo. If I'm not mistaken, I believe someone who I went to high school is actually buried here. So when I was in the, I don't know, 10th or 11th grade, there was a party that was going on, and someone actually went out to this party who I went to school with. And it was so ironic is that day I saw him hopping over the back fence of Norwalk High. And I can still see it plain as day. I was driving by, he was hopping the fence. I mean, I knew him, but it's as if we locked eyes in what felt like forever. And I didn't understand it. And I never gave it any type of second thought, basically. Later that night, he went to a party. A fight broke out. Somebody ended up shooting him. And unfortunately, he died because of that. I learned this, I don't know, maybe a couple of days later. And then I kind of started thinking that it's so odd that we just kind of locked eyes. It's really, really, I don't know. To me, I think it's strange, but there's never any type of coincidences. And maybe if I would have tried to tap into that energy, what was going on, maybe I would have known what was going to happen. And would I even have wanted to know what was going to happen? That's the thing with my gifts. Sometimes I don't want to know, but it automatically comes. And then there's times when I want to know, and then they just really don't want to cooperate with me. So it's one of those things, you know, but I kind of leave it to God. I figure if it's meant for me to know, then it'll come my way. This is the older part, but there's also newer burials in here as well. I mean, not really new, but I want to say like 2011, things such as that. I can't even remember that guy's last name, the one who I went to school with, but I do know that he's buried here. So I have to admit, you know, cemeteries are not really my thing. But I have to say, since kind of doing the whole cemetery content, I've kind of got into it. It's really interesting to see how old some of the graves are, just to experience the different types of energy, the different type of cultures and religions that are buried here at the cemetery. It has intrigued me, I guess we could say. I think what would be really interesting would be going to the Veterans Cemetery and doing something over there. Sometimes I see photos on the plaques, and sometimes they look familiar. And it gets me thinking, well, do I know these people? Have I known them? Maybe from school? definitely is sad, I have to say. And I know you hear me say this in just about every video, but it truly is sad. Someone who passes away at a very young age, it's sad. It's sad even when somebody who passes away at a very, I don't know, I guess very older age, it's still sad. So, this is Sandoval, Danielle, and Adriana, or Adrian. So young. They both died like not even that far from one another in the dates. I think they need to have chairs at the cemetery. I'm gonna make that, I'm gonna put in their suggestion boxes. That way when people are coming to visit their loved ones or content creators, such as myself, we have a place to sit. And preferably in the shade. That's the whole family related. Let's do an EVP and see if we can get anything. We're gonna hang by the Duckworth family. We're gonna hang by the Duckworth family. We're gonna hang by the Duckworth family. And it continues on, even over there. Is there anyone here who would like to communicate with me? You want to make a noise for me? You want to whisper something? Want to make yourself known? I want to hear your story along with everyone else. Why don't you talk to me? Tell me your name. I'm not going to ask you why you're here because I already know. Just tell me something about yourself. Just talk to me. Have a conversation with me. I just felt something touch my right forearm as I was walking here. And I'm getting the chills, even though it's a little bit breezy, but it's not cold. You can tell that it's windy. Are you trying to get my attention? Is that why you touched my right forearm? Okay, so I'm definitely getting the chills right now. Sorry, something hit me. But something fell off of the tree and hit me, but it wasn't what touched my right forearm. That definitely was the touch. You want to make yourself known? You want to give me another sign aside from touching me? That is not allowed. That's pretty interesting. So we have some Halloween decorations here. But I thought this was pretty funny. Being at a cemetery. I didn't realize how big this cemetery is, to be honest with you. I'm gonna drive down a little bit further. Whole another section over there. I'm back in the back area. Do a couple of EVPs out here. So you can tell it's a little bit older over here. Let's walk down to those ones over there. I wonder if they see anything interesting at the cemetery or hear anything. And I wonder if those condos are actually haunted by being so close to a cemetery. This must be the part that really doesn't have visitors that often. I don't know if these are actually any type of markers, because they're pretty much here. So I wonder if they are unmarked graves. Oh, these are babies. So I wonder if it's unmarked graves. I think this is the baby section. He doesn't care that I'm right here. Pretty old. Salgado. Thought I saw something over there right now. Let's go over there. Might be a better place to do an EVP. Is there anyone here who would like to communicate with me? Anyone here who would like to make their presence known? Unmarked grave right there. I bet you those little ones over there are babies. Yeah, they're babies. Let's come across the street. Across the street. What am I thinking? Let's come across the way. So we can see over here and be able to get over here. It's Florence, Mary, and Ralph. All babies again. Is there anyone here who would like to communicate with me? Want to tell me your name? Want to make your presence known? Second time, I thought I saw something right here, but it obviously could be my hair too because it's a little bit breezy. My hair's going all over the place, even though it's up. Anybody want to talk to me? Tell me your name. I love that. I've never seen this before. I see a lot of sayings, but this one says, asleep in Jesus. I love that. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So there they are again. I'm kind of thinking they're unmarked graves, to be honest with you. I'm gonna have to call in and ask about that because I am very curious. And if they are unmarked graves, maybe that kind of goes back to the Indian tribes that once actually were here in the city of Norwalk, California. Anybody want to talk to me? Want to tell me your name? Want to have a conversation with me? I don't believe this is just unoccupied land right here. Probably is going to be people buried there. I want to get out of the baby section, that's for sure. Thinking these might be urns where they're at because they're buried too close to one another. So want to make your presence known? Want to tell me how you passed away, how you died, how you transitioned? Did someone hurt you? Is that why you're here? Are you lost? Are you lost? Are you lost? Do you know why you're here? I thought I heard a voice right now. I think I'm going to ask one of the maintenance workers when I leave about these. I'm pretty sure they're going to be unmarked graves. You know, if anyone likes to do anything ancestral related, you always can look this guy up. John F. Jenkins. He was a private in the World War I. He was born November 11th, 1899. Wow. And he passed away on August 13th of 1965. I come from a pretty large military family, so I'm a true believer in always respecting the military regardless of their branch. I guess we can say I'm an Army brat in one way or another, but I do respect all military branches. All right, we're gonna have to start getting out of here soon. Cemetery is not that big, but I want to come and see what these ones are. This one died in 1893, 45 years. He died in 1879, I want to say. And the last time I did research on how come certain plaques only have mother, father, or just their first name and nothing else, from my understanding, from what I read, it was more cost effective. So I'm assuming that, and I don't know how it is now, but I'm assuming back then and probably now, the more things you want said on your plaque or on your stone, I'm assuming it's going to cost more. I'm actually going to ask this guy. I'm going to see if he knows. See, there it is again. Father, mother. excuse me.
Yeah.
Ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
Can you tell me why these are here with just the numbers? Are these unidentified or unmarked?
No, there is somebody,
There.
but for some reason the family or whatever, whoever never bought a marker.
Oh, so do we even know who these people
Well,
are?
the office does. I don't.
Oh, we won't.
Yeah, if you go in the office, they have record of all these. This is a certain letter section.
Yeah.
And then of course it's got the numbers 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, I noticed that when I first came in.
The letters on the curb.
No,
Oh.
on the, on the cement blocks, I guess we can call them.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, I was like, well, maybe they're unidentified, unmarked, but I just found it interesting. I've never seen this at a cemetery before.
Really?
Yeah. Pretty interesting.
Well, when I first started working here, I asked one of the first things I asked Stan, the boss.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there were people who it was just reserved. I thought it was like a reserved. I thought it was reserved,
Yeah.
like for the future.
Yeah.
But no, he said no. It's actually somebody's already occupying the space. It's just.
Yeah, there's so many of them.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any type of experiences here? Like anything like paranormal that maybe you really didn't believe in, but now you're like, okay, there's something?
Me personally, no.
No?
No.
What about anyone else?
Well, I don't think so because, like I said, my boss, Stan, he's been here 22 years.
Mm-hmm.
He lives in that apartment right there.
Oh, that's crazy.
Never seen anything.
That's crazy.
So I mean,
that is insane.
yeah, because I've never seen anything. Like he said, if you're looking for it, you're gonna probably find it. But
Well, I was actually over there.
Yeah.
And I was walking. I literally felt something touch my arm.
Oh, really?
And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
There was nothing. Even if something were to fall off the tree like a branch, you could totally tell.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. No. Like I said, because a lot of people ask him the same thing, and he tells them, "Oh, I've been living here 22 years." 22 years. It's like, you ever see it?
It's insane. I would not want to live in that apartment. Yeah. No.
The only thing you might get is a kid jumping over the fence getting his ball or something from the park, but
Yeah.
maybe a coyote running through here, but
That's pretty much it.
yeah.
All right. Thank you so much
All
for
right,
your
you're
time.
welcome.
Have a
Yeah.
good one. So, what he was saying is that these are not unmarked graves. And for whatever reason, the family just never ended up getting plaques. So, that totally makes sense. But the office would definitely have record of who number 6 is, who's number 5. Now, I remember when my friend, or I don't even know if we were friends, but when I was in high school and the guy who actually passed away, I remember that hearing his family could not afford a plaque. Now, I don't know if they ever got him a plaque, or he could be a number. I'm not really sure. I'm assuming now that maybe his siblings actually kind of stepped up and ended up getting him a plaque. If I had a sibling who passed away and maybe we were not able to afford it at the time, as I got older, I would want my sibling to have a plaque. All right, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, stay well and stay blessed.